Welcome to San Francisco. Hi, I'm Michael Doyes. I'm the Startup Liaison for the Netherlands here in the US, based in San Francisco. And this is my colleague, Kautar.
Thank you. So I'm Kautar and I joined Michael recently on this journey to help Dutch tech scale to the US from San Francisco, which is Silicon Valley, the tech hub of the US.
Yeah, so we're based in this mecca of innovation and entrepreneurship. Dutch founders are well known as being very successful throughout the world. If you look at the top 5 unicorns in Europe, 2 out of the 5 are actually Dutch. What do you think?
Well, founders learn most from founders.
Exactly, and this is why we want to introduce you to Said Wissel. He's an amazing Dutch founder, a company called Zededa. He just recently did his Series B, and he's going to share his learnings about making it big in the US. So we're very excited that you can join us, and we hope to see you here in San Francisco as well. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Said Wissel. A few words around myself. I'm actually a Moroccan Dutch, born in the Netherlands, studied there, computer science. I actually worked all my life for US companies, so that has been my experience from the beginning since I started working. And I moved to Silicon Valley in 2010. And in 2016, I founded a company called Zededa. So you may wonder, what does Zededa do? So Zededa is a company that provides an operating system for edge computing. And a lot of people are not yet familiar with edge computing, but if you're familiar with cloud computing, think of all the great things that we are seeing in the cloud going anywhere, in a car, in a vehicle, in a factory. And basically, we are building an operating system to realize that. This, we think, is going to be the next big thing. As you probably are aware, we're putting more and more intelligence in machines and devices, and all of that data analytics and data processing has to be done at the edge of the network. So a few words around our founding story as a company. When we started in 2016, we were really customer-centric. We knew that this was a new thing. This was coming after cloud computing. And basically, we started with cloud. We looked at cloud computing and realized that edge will come after cloud computing, but the only way to get there was to actually find the right customers. So we spent a lot of time figuring out the right industrial companies, the right energy companies, or the right automotive companies that would all require edge computing to realize their strategies. Basically, the other thing that I think was really interesting about what we were doing is we needed a very special team. We needed a team that had experience in building out the original of the internet, the originals of things like Android and operating systems for phones, for PCs, for servers. And we basically brought all of these together. In our company, we have this motto of that we're never done learning. So we're constantly trying to figure out and learn from customers where the future lies in edge computing. And it's been a great journey since ever with some of our folks. Our company has raised quite a bit of capital. We've raised actually $65 million to date. And this fundraising was an interesting experience, especially from somebody coming from Europe and raising in America. And a couple of maybe lessons that I learned that I'd love to share with you. I think first of all, when you go in and raise money, it really comes down to being finding the people with the conviction. And it starts obviously with yourself. You have to have a lot of conviction in your vision. And an investor will want to see that conviction, and they also want to see the ability to realize that conviction, the realization of the vision that you may have. And we learned early on that you have to be open-minded in the investor base. Actually, matter of fact, Zededa has raised money from our customers, not only from investors, financial investors, but we actually have some of our customers even invested in us because of the importance that our technology plays in their strategy. I think the other lesson I would really want to share with you is not every investor is the right investor. You have to find an investor that believes as much, if not more than you, in what this opportunity represents. And I think it's really important to find an investor that fits your company, not only from the vision, but also the culture and somebody that you can partner with. In some ways, you're like entering a marriage with this investor for a very long period of time. A few words around our investors. We got lucky. We have actually a very diverse base of investors. We raised a lot of money initially from angel investors. These are individuals that basically invested in us because they knew us, they trusted us, and they believed in our ideas. We then raised money from venture capitalists, which are the traditional Silicon Valley investors that invest in startups in the early days. And as I mentioned earlier, we have several strategic customers that invested in our company. Folks like Chevron, like Porsche Ventures, like EDF, the French utility, and many more. So it's been a really exciting journey to have them all with us. I think the other thing that is very important that we saw in our investors is you want investors that don't only bring money, but also bring a network, bring experience, open up doors for you, and teach you maybe about the market dynamics that you are trying to address with your product. EU is becoming more and more important for us. Obviously, I come from the EU and from Europe, but actually we have expanded our operations into Europe. Our vision of Zededa was from the beginning to be an international company. So when we started the company, actually our first office was in India, outside of the US. But recently we've opened up an office in Berlin. We actually have now 30% of our employees are based out of Europe and in several countries in Europe. And basically we want to go where the talent is, where the smartest people are, is where we will invest. It's the place where we will hire people. And so we are hiring. And if you're interested to learn more, check out our website. And we've got a lot of open roles in Europe. Thank you.